Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the an early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. So out comes their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the rookie from Florida State.
And we're talking about a young man who's been the talk of September. Came in and looked right at home. His team's 2-0. He's playing well. What's the big thing for him now, though? Not to become complacent. And I think the coaching staff has been working on exactly that.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now here's Vic. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Here's Vic. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Hunter. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Punter out. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it will. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries, 54 yards.
They've won 2 straight games and have done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Well, this defense for strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Out there punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again on the ground with Hunter. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And this is going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Fielded just inside the 30. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A shotgun handoff to Murphy. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a handoff up the middle. Buckling, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. More now. And this is incomplete. You look at the defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that will what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. Get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive. Houston set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. In motion goes the tight end. Vic readies to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hunter. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. 2nd and 11 now. To throw, Vic. Incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun, Vic. He finds his man, complete. That's Hunter. And he is going to have it down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Vic to the air again. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Vic with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side, complete. That's Hunter. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. You talk about defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
And a good tackle there right around the 30, stops him short of the first down. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. He'll look to set up his blockers. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Moore. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ford. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Up the middle they go. Buckley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Justin Durant. Off play action. Moore. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they take over. And now out comes Houston. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Vic now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. In motion, the tight end. Throwing, Vic. And that will be incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. After 1, 7-0. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Vick to throw it. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Vick. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Vick out of the gun. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. They run with Murphy to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run again here with Murphy. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Moore. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
At the 42. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. We'll take over with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Vick. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down. It'll be Vic once more. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. But they come up empty here on fourth. It stands tall. They'll get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Buckley. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That is caught. And he is going to have down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Looking for Murphy, and he finds him complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Vic. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Vic. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Now a handoff up the middle. Buckley to about the 40-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
He finds his man, complete. That's Joseph. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an field.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he is going to have down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Moore. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards there and a first down. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Done. Moore. He finds his man. Complete. That's 4th. He's going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Moore. Throw left side, complete. That's 4th. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
This will be the final play of the half. Vick. And he will find his man on the outside. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman. Time report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in, everybody. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
To receive, they've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's now.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
The slot man in motion right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this will be down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a play fake here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he...
And he's going to go down. Come at him. And able to break. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
They need 12 here. It's third down.
Back to throw. Moore. He finds his man. Complete. It's Murphy. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And out their punter. He's been terrific so not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
The football going back over now to the Houston. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with no football.
Offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Well, with them trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold it a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And, boy, he did it there.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
So from the 37, here's a second down and 4.
Up the middle they go. Phillips. And he slips up past the 45 before a pickup of 11.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Off the play fake, Vick. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
This is Hunter. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Out there, punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now here's Vick. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A pickup of 11. Here's Vick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll run it with Hunter. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Vick. Able to find the open man. First down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Looking to throw. Vick. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's Hunter. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. In motion goes the tight end. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is Back now here. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Vic readies to throw. The quick slant caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Moore now. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Moore from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
Fielded just inside the 20. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now they head back out to do battle here. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Hunter. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
To throw, Vic. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Another first down. Passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, Hunter. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his first touchdown. And broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Did you see them hold up four fingers at the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Now for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. That time, a 9-play drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And a good kick pays off as he's only able to get this out past the 10-yard line. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 39 yards there, a big one.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. They'll run on first down. Buckley dances by him. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Right back to him on first down. And out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 5.
Murphy running straight ahead. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Buckley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. 6 yards away.
Are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. It's obvious they've looked his way early and often in the red zone this year. It's usually a pretty good place to find a tight end.
Extra point attempt to come here. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's up beyond the 15-yard line. Offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
They'll start on the ground. And he goes to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd and 9.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hunter.
And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He completes it to Hunter. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
And this will be taken at the 13. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be ball. And so their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. This is 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Nifty move. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 1st down. So the big gain all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back. And then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining. So as we welcome you back.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Now Moore. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ford.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Moore. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ford.
And he is going to have 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looking to throw. Moore. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw again. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a down. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. To cap it off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
So now, down by 7, 1:09 to play. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here, as they've got it 1st and 10.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling, because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Vic. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. His throw incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Looking downfield. He's got his man. Now the use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And they'll spike it here at 27 seconds.
2nd down, goal to go.
Vic to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
So they will decline that penalty, and that's going to force a 4th and goal.
Now Michael Vick. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd, carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Now the try here for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. The Pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here.
And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Murphy. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So possession in overtime first goes to the Atlanta. And we are back underway. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. It's set to go. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
So a change of possession here on the punt. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 124 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
On first down, Phillips. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made it their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. Throw left side complete. That's Hunter. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Throwing, Vic. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Here's another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they win the football game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Houston, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.